Come on. Bro, it's just not even fair, man. Like, it's just... What's the point of bringing armor to a raid, man? You know what I mean? You know what I mean, dude? In my opinion, I highly recommend you stop using Salewas and swap to the Grizzly. Yo, what's up, boys? Tigz here, bringing you guys another video. Before we get into the video, I wanted to give a quick shout out to Raid Shadow Legends for sponsoring this video. Raid Shadow Legends is the best mobile game on the market right now that you can play. They have a massive amount of development with tons of content for you to explore and have fun with. They also have over 600 champions that all have unique factions for you to explore with their own unique world in Teleria. Now let's quickly talk about my favorite faction in Raid, which is the Orcs. Orcs get a bad rap in fantasy, but in Raid Shadow Legends, they're not all bad. While they were created by the Dark Lord Seraph, they have a really good reason to not like humans. After a brutal war fought against the Bannerlords, High Elves, and the Sacred Order, their lands were annexed, forcing most Orc clans to become nomadic. Now they're mostly just trying to survive. Seeing an ally in Queen Eva of the Elves, they've now joined her cause, but they don't know her true motivations. If you want to find out more, play the campaign to find out the full story. Personally, I think my favorite champions in Raid Shadow Legends is the Varl the Destroyer. Reason being, I think he's one of the coolest looking orcs in the game, and I also really like Iron Brago because he also looks very cool and has a very cool aesthetic about him, and I feel like he'd be really cool in my roster. My personal favorite thing about Raid Shadow Legends is the boss fights and everything that leads up to them. Constantly feel like I'm progressing and I'm getting better with the characters. Also, the graphics for the game are absolutely insane. The bosses look amazing, and so do the environments. It also is very well made. And the entire loot system for the game is very, very cool. You can customize your characters very in-depth and build so many different types of things with each character, which is really, really cool. I like the customization. This is the best time to get started in Raid, and if you click my link in the description or scan my QR code here on screen, you'll get a unique bonus worth $30. We're talking a free epic champion. Aina, 200,000 silver, 1 energy refill, 1 XP boost, and 1 ancient shard, so you can summon awesome champions as soon as you get in game. Yo, what's up YouTube? Tigz here, bringing you guys another Escape from Tarkov guide video. In today's guide video, we're actually going to be taking a look at my top tips that I can give you for this wipe and what you can do to increase your survival rate every single raid. I've been doing this every single day since the wipe, and I'm going to give you a few tips and tricks for different things. So first of all, let's quickly talk about the med setup, okay? So, thing that I notice a lot in the Tarkov community as well as streamers, a lot of streamers and just overall players from when I've killed them tend to be using Salewas. Now, Salewas are a great med kit, very common. Very good. You get them early on when you do your quest. Definitely recommend using the Salewas. Now, we're at that point in the wipe now, 2-3 months in, where everyone's, got their traders leveled up, etc, etc. Now, in my opinion, I highly recommend you stop using Salewas and swap to the Grizzly. Reason being, if we come straight over to the flea market right here, as you can see, Grizzlies are 40,000 rubles. Now, as of recording this video, it's late at night, so these are inflated in price. Usually you can pick these up around 20 to 30k, which is very, very cheap. Now, let me explain some things to you. First of all, the Grizzly has 1800 durability, which is way more than the Salewa is, and it's a 2x2, so if you've got a vest like the LBCR or the Blackrock, you can fit it in there perfectly. The vest setup is completely up to you, just make sure it's got a 4 slot. Unfortunately, this doesn't work well with tactics and rigs like that, but honestly, it doesn't matter too much. But the reason why you want to use a Grizzly, guys, okay? So there's multiple reasons for this. So the traditional setup would be a Salewa with an AU splint inside your Gamma or whatever you use, and obviously a hemostat. Now, the benefit of a Grizzly is, let's say you forgot a hemostat, the Grizzly has so much durability, you're going to be able to use the Grizzly as a hemostat in itself because it has such a high durability and it's not going to wear it down as fast as it would as like a Salewa if you forgot to bring one, which is huge. Second of all, it's very cheap compared to Salewas. The double Salewa setup is like 28k. You can pretty much get a Grizzly for the same cost and more efficiency. Another major part of the Grizzly is it works as a splint. So if you break your leg or your arm, the Grizzly also heals just like it would heal normally. Instead of doing like the animation of a splint, it just heals up the arm that's broken really, really fast as well. Now, you're going to say, well, the Salewa is better because it's got a fast healing time. That is true, but there's a trick. You can actually animation cancel in this game. Many different ways. I'm going to actually be making another video on this in the future, but for the brief example of this video, I'm going to be showing you how to animation cancel Grizzlies so you can heal faster than Salewas. So we've pretty much gone over why it's better than the Salewas. You can animation cancel it. It's got more durability. It's cheaper. Stops light bleeds, heavy bleeds. and removes fractures. And it also removes contusion as well, which is really nice. Contusion is basically where you get headshot, you got like that ringing, and it can remove that really fast. So we've got that covered. That alone should buy you into buying Grizzly straight off the rip. We're going to go into raid now and give you a demonstration of how to animation cancel. Okay, so guys, as you can see at the top left of our screen here, my character's got slightly yellow limbs. So how do you animation cancel a Grizzly? So you can bind it to your, your hotkey like you would usually do it, right? Press the hotkey. Pay attention for the health bar right here. As soon as you see the health bar, cancel out the menu, left click. Animation cancel the whole animation itself, and you've healed to full. You can also do this without going into the inventory, like so. You do this. Pay attention to the bottom right, I think. Yeah, bottom right. As you'll see right there, it'll come up the healing treatment, and that is pretty much how you animation cancel. A lot of people don't know this. This is a very handy tip, and this is going to save you a lot in PvP. So now, guys, we're back in the stash. So we're not finished. There's actually a few more things. If you guys do have the extra spare money, I highly recommend you buy an injector case from the flea market. If you can't afford the flea market and you've got traders, then try and barter trade it from Therapist. This one is a much cheaper version compared to the one off the market, but either or, it's completely up to you. I highly recommend you bring this every single raid. The injector case is one of the biggest utilities in Tarkov this wipe. It is a lifesaver and it completely changes the flow of the game and is going to help you a ton. So obviously you guys know it's got 16 slots, which is huge. You can put all types of stimulants in here. Now the stimulants that I recommend to you are these. So first of all, let's talk about Propital. Propital, one of the best painkillers you can pop. Load into a raid, bind it on your number 6, pop it straight away. You get health regeneration, metabolism regeneration, you get additional health, vitality, and overall a decent painkiller. This is a very, very good thing to have. I highly recommend you bring at least 4 of them in your container if I were you. These are going to come in handy when you're in an emergency, when you forgot to pop painkillers like the Golden Star. That is going to be very helpful. Now moving on to the Mule Stim, I highly recommend you bring a Mule Stim every single raid. Most of you guys that are watching this video probably don't have max strength. Mule Stim is going to give you max strength, so you can carry out all the loot pretty much. Very, very handy stimulant. You can actually pick this up from the flea market for around, I think, 60k. They do fluctuate in price quite a bit. As of right now, because it's the evening, they're up at 90k. Propitols you can get for relatively cheap all the time on the flea market. If you wanted to substitute Propitol for morphine, you can, but in my opinion, morphine is way superior to the Propitol as it has more positive effects. 100% want to be bringing an ETG with you every raid, guys. These are expensive, but these are a game changer. They will keep you alive in those emergency situations. Like, you got messed up, you got like 3 broken limbs, you're like about to die. You pop this bad boy and you're back to full HP instantly. This is a must-have in your container every single run, and this is going to increase your survival rate by a lot. Trust me. Once you start using this thing, you'll be like, damn, it was worth the money. And that's why a lot of streamers use them too. They're very, very handy. Next, SJ6 and Melatonin. These are the last 2 here. Highly recommend always bringing an SJ6. This is going to be handy if you're playing maps like Interchange and you're going to be doing a lot of traversing through the map. Low level stamina sucks. SJ6 makes it more bearable, so I recommend that. Now, there is a trick to this as well. Now, if you have got a decent bit of money and let's say, you want to get your quest done more efficiently, I highly recommend you bring an SJ6 and a Melatonin every single raid. Now, depending on what your purpose is in the raid, if it's to quest or to play the game, I highly recommend you pop both of these at the start of the raid. Reason being, you basically have pre-nerf endurance from like 3 wipes ago. As you will see in a clip in here in a second, I can pretty much run non-stop with hardly any stamina depleting at all, and the regeneration is absolutely insane. One thing I recommend is bring food and drink with you as a mandatory. That's going to help you out a lot because the Melatonin will tank your stats. Now, let's quickly talk about the Melatonin. So, why would you want to pop a Melatonin at the start of the raid? It gives you a 10% damage reduction, which is going to help you against shotguns and SMGs and stuff like that. The 10% can actually go a long way, especially against scavs. It gives you 10 plus strength for 900 seconds, which is 15 minutes, which is absolutely insane. 15 minutes is going to last you the whole raid, in my opinion, if you're playing at a decent pace. The endurance is obviously huge as well, which is going to help you out with questing. When you combo the SJ6 and the Melatonin together, questing becomes a breeze, guys. I do this every single raid when I'm questing. It becomes so much more enjoyable than running around with no stamina all the time. And you obviously get the stamina recovery. And it's pretty much the same with SJ6. So these both stack together, and they make you pretty much a super soldier, man. You can just run and run and run and run and get things done, which is what we like about Tarkov, We want to get things done. We don't want to be spending half the raid, in Halo Simulator. So we've covered that. If you would like to buy an SJ6, you can either craft these in the hideout or pick them up for a 50k. I wouldn't min-max them because, like I said, I play the game a lot, but that's up to you. Melatonin's around 50k. I highly recommend you bring melatonins every raid. This stimulant is very, very strong in a lot of situations, and I highly recommend it. As you can see, we could pretty much run this entire highway if we wanted to on one stamina bar with no problem at all. It's going to help you as well to jump over objects, which is really, really nice. But yeah, that is a prime example of what SJ6 and melatonin looks like. We pretty much did that run, and that's pretty much that. I will be leaving out all the stimulants like the adrenaline and the Zagustin, because in my opinion, I don't think they're worth using. They are good stimulants, but in my opinion, for the cost and the effectiveness of them in raid, I don't think they're worth your time. I think the stimulants that I've shown you are going to give you the most convenient time possible, and all the other stimulants, in my opinion, are just not worth it. So guys, that is pretty much the video. I'm going to leave you with some normal gameplay, so if you want to watch that, more than welcome to. I think we're using a 9mm Vector with rip ammo, which is a really, really fun gun. We've got a video coming on that very shortly as well. And that is pretty much it. Hope you guys have an amazing evening. Yeah, exactly, Flat. That's my point, bro. I wish when there was like there's always been a meta in Tarkov, you know? There's always been guns that stand out more than other guns, but at one point in Tarkov, you could pretty much use anything. Leg meta was good. Headshots were good. Thorax shots were good. That meta was the best meta. Now we're kind of constricted to the same three things, and it gets really repetitive. And if you try and like go out of that like shell and use different stuff, it doesn't matter how good you are, man. It's super hard now. The Tarkov skill gap went from being one of the most skilled games to one of like most easiest games to play now. Unfortunately, it's so easy to be good at this game now. Like, this guy's probably just going to sit in here and hold an angle. Just insta one-tap me with BP or something. There was two guys. Pretty sure there was two, right? What's up, Danny? How you doing, brother? Hello, man. Hey, look at that, dude. Look at this. I didn't even headshot this guy, okay? This guy bought Gen 4. Alright, decent armor, I'd say. And a U-latch. I insta-killed him with leg meta. So his armor that he just bought that was completely irrelevant, man. Just the biggest waste of money possible. Did absolutely nothing, man. You just spent a couple 100k on all that shit. What did I miss down here? Holy shit, this guy's a fucking napalm. Alright, bro, calm the fuck down, man. I know you got needs. Oh, was it Scav? Bro, this guy's got like... This man's got fucking nades, bro. That's toxic, man. So there's two more. Might be a 5-man. I reloaded, right, chat? What's up, MH? shit, dude.
Like in the movie, I've got a bad feeling about this.
Hey man, you like that? Okay, one more. Dude, it's... Oh! What the fuck? Bro, this guy is literally a grenade man. This guy's made of grenades. I've never seen a guy throw so many grenades before. Holy shit, dude. Hey man. Bro, it's just not even fair, man. Like, it's just... What's the point of bringing armor to a raid, man? You know what I mean? You know what I mean, dude? It's like, there's no skill, dude. There's just no skill in it, bro. Like, it's fun, but there's no skill. You just fucking run around, shoot legs, they get flinched into oblivion, they can't do anything, man. They've got like 5 heavy bleeds. So OP. So OP. I know you like that, chat. I know you liked it, man. They fucking hated that, bro.